Okay, let's be honest for a second. That quick good job you hear, or maybe you give it yourself at work
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
It often feels like, I don't know, the junk food of feedback. Tastes okay for a moment, maybe.
Ah,
But it gives you zero actual energy for growth.
exactly.
No
And that's
substance.
just a massive missed opportunity, isn't it? We offer it, we get it, it's almost like a reflex. But does it really help you understand what you did right?
Rarely.
Does it inspire you to do more of that thing? Probably not.
Unlikely.
In the whole busy, complex world of work today, this kind of generic praise, it really is the junk food of recognition. Like you said, no
Was
substance.
that all?
It's this huge missed opportunity, providing basically zero nutritional value for, long-term growth or development.
Yeah.
It does very little to truly motivate or inspire or even guide anyone.
That's the core issue. It doesn't guide.
So our mission today is to really dig into why. Why does this vague praise fall so flat? And more importantly, how can you, listening right now, transform your feedback? Turn it from this like bland platitude into a precision instrument.
Yeah, a tool you can actually use.
By the end of this deep dive, you won't just understand why good job is failing you. You'll actually have a formula and like a personal toolkit to completely rethink your feedback
hmm
and hopefully instantly unlock, deeper engagement, better performance in your team. This isn't just theory we're talking about.
No, this is practical stuff.
It's a playbook
Yeah.
for immediate measurable change.
hmm
We're going to explore a foundational framework first and then dive into a whole toolkit of professional methods so you can move beyond good job forever.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And what we're getting at here, it isn't just about making people feel good. I mean, that's nice. It's a positive byproduct, sure.
Right. But it's more than that.
It's really about actively making them better. It's about cultivating specific skills, specific behaviors you want to see. And, for something so critical, it's amazing how often leaders just fall back on the same tired, generic phrases.
Yeah, it's like a default setting.
It really is. And they miss this huge opportunity to genuinely impact their team's growth, their engagement. We want to give you the tools today to stop doing that.
Okay, so let's get right down to it then. We all want to give good feedback, I think. Our intentions are generally good, right?
Actually, yes.
But why does good job fall so flat? What is fundamentally missing from that phrase?
Well, what's really interesting here is that good job isn't necessarily negative feedback. It's not criticism.
Right. It's not me.
It's just empty. Think of it like baking a cake but leaving out the flour, sugar, and eggs. It kind of looks like something, but it's missing the key ingredients.
Okay, I like that analogy.
It lacks the three critical components that really turn recognition into a powerful driver, something that actually shifts behavior and boosts motivation. Without these, the praise just doesn't land, doesn't stick.
So what are these ingredients?
These three missing ingredients, we call them the SIA framework. It stands for specific, impactful, and aligned. Effective praise needs all three.
SIA. Okay, let's unpack this. This sounds like the core of it. Let's start with the S, specificity. What does that actually mean in practice, and why is it so crucial?
Right, the power of the specific, it's all about reinforcing the how. Not just the outcome, but how they got there.
Yeah.
It means moving beyond just, hey, good job on that presentation, which is super general.
Yeah, totally vague.
Instead, you focus on the precise actions, the specific behaviors, or maybe the skills they used that led to the success. So it might sound more like, the way you used that client anecdote right in the middle of your presentation, the one that illustrated our key data point. That was brilliant. It really brought those numbers to life.
Ah, okay. I can immediately hear the difference. That's concrete.
Exactly. And from a psychological standpoint, this does two really critical things. First, it creates a behavioral blueprint.
The blueprint. Okay.
Yeah, vague praise leaves people guessing, what part was good? What should I do again? Specific praise tells them explicitly, that thing you did right there, that's what excellence looks like in this context. Do more of that. They know exactly what to repeat next time.
Got it. No guesswork.
And second, it signals genuine attentiveness. Generic praise can feel like you're just checking a box, like you weren't really listening.
Like autopilot feedback.
Right. But specific praise proves you were actually paying close attention.
Yeah.
You noticed the details. You genuinely valued their specific, unique contribution. And that feeling, the feeling of being truly seen by your leader, that's profoundly motivating for almost everyone.
Yeah, I can see how that immediately changes the dynamic. It's like you're giving them a clear roadmap for what success looks like, making the implicit stuff explicit. Okay, that makes sense. But what about What if someone did do something specific, but maybe it didn't seem to make a huge difference? How do we connect that action to something bigger? Is that the next step?
That's exactly where the I comes in impactful. This connects their effort to a meaningful outcome.
Okay.
It's about linking that specific action you just highlighted to its positive consequence. It basically answers the crucial "so what" question that might be lingering in their mind.
So what? Yeah, that's important.
Definitely. So let's take our specific praise example. The way you structured the Q3 sales report was excellent. To make that impactful, you'd add the because. Because you did that, with that clear executive summary right up front, I was able to get approval from the VP for our new budget in under 5 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so you're drawing a direct line from their specific action to a tangible positive result for the team or the company.
Precisely. And the mental shift this creates for the employee is significant. First, it fosters a real sense of purpose. One of the biggest human motivators is feeling like our work actually matters.
Totally. We all want that.
By explicitly showing someone how their individual effort, their specific action, contributed to a larger goal, like getting budget approval, or maybe impressing a key client, or saving the team time you give their work, meaning you connect their daily tasks to something real, something tangible.
It's not just busy work anymore.
Exactly. And second, it also helps build their business acumen. It encourages team members to think more strategically, to see how their piece fits into the bigger puzzle. They start understanding the ripple effects of their actions within the whole system.
Okay, so we've got the what, but they did the specific part, and then what happened because of the impactful part. But you said there were 3 letters, SIA, so there's another layer,
Yeah.
right? Is this about connecting it more to the person themselves?
Yes, that's the A aligned. This is where you connect the specific action and its impact to something deeper. Maybe a valued personal quality they possess, or a core company value, or even their future potential. It's about praising the person, not just the isolated performance.
Okay, so moving beyond the task to the individual. How does that sound?
Well, let's build on the previous example. Impactful praise was, your detailed analysis in that report saved us from making a major strategic error. To make it aligned, you'd add something like, That kind of rigorous critical thinking is exactly what we need on this team, and honestly, it's a clear sign that you are ready to take on more complex analytical projects.
I see. So you're linking their action not just to an outcome, but to who they are as a professional and where they could go.
Exactly. And psychologically, the benefit here is incredibly strong. First, it strengthens their professional identity and confidence. You're not just saying you did a good thing, you're implicitly saying you are the kind of person who does these good things.
That feels much deeper.
It reinforces their identity as, say, a rigorous thinker or a creative problem solver, and that builds a really deep, resilient kind of confidence. Second, it's huge for shaping culture.
How so?
Well, when you praise someone for demonstrating a core company value, maybe it's customer obsession or bias for action or innovation, you're taking those abstract words off a poster on the wall.
Yeah, the ones nobody reads.
Right. And you're turning them into celebrated real-world behaviors. You're showing everyone this is what that value looks like in action. And finally, it paves the way for growth. By linking today's success to tomorrow's potential, you make the feedback inherently forward-looking, aspirational. It blends praise naturally with career development.
That really ties it all together beautifully. Okay, so this isn't just like random advice anymore. It's actually a structured approach. You've basically given us a new formula for feedback.
Exactly. We can pretty much boil it down to the SIA formula. You take the specific action plus you add the positive impact plus, and then you layer on the aligned quality potential. Specific action plus positive impact plus aligned quality potential. SIA.
Let me give you a full example just to really nail it down. Instead of that generic, nice work on the client call, you could use the SIA formula and say something like, I was really impressed with how you handled that difficult question from the client about our pricing. That's your specific action. By staying calm and clearly explaining the value proposition, you completely diffused a tense situation and actually regained their trust. That's the positive impact. That kind of composure under pressure is a huge asset to our team, and that's your aligned quality.
Okay, that lands completely differently. It's detailed, it's meaningful, it connects the dots. That formula is the bedrock.
It really is. It's your foundation for truly effective recognition.
All right, so now that we have this SIA bedrock, this fantastic framework for crafting praise that actually means something, the next obvious question is, how do we actually deliver this stuff? In all the different situations at work, our sources mentioned a kind of leader's toolkit with different methods. That's right. And it's important to think of these as more than just slightly different ways of phrasing things. They're distinct strategic tools. Each one is designed for a different purpose, a different context, maybe even a different person.
Okay, so different tools for different jobs.
Exactly. We can explore a few of the key ones in depth and then maybe touch on some others just to show the range you have available.
Great. Let's start with the foundation.
Okay, the first, and really the foundational tool, is what we can call the SIA power praise. This is basically applying the formula we just discussed directly.
Makes sense.
Its core purpose is just to create that crystal clear link. Specific behavior leads to positive outcome, reinforcing exactly what you want to see more of. You can use this anywhere, really. A one-on-one meeting, performance review, quick follow-up email, maybe even carefully in a public Slack channel.
So how do you craft it?
You just follow the formula. Start with the specific action, maybe describe the skill or behavior they used, explain the impact clearly, and then optionally add that alignment piece about their quality or future growth. For example, maybe talking to a more junior team member, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I wanted to tell you how impressed I was with the way you documented your code in that last module. Specific action. The comments were so clear and concise that a new developer could probably pick it up and understand it instantly. Impact. That's going to save the team a huge amount of time down the road. Impact again. Honestly, it shows a real sense of ownership and consideration for your teammates, which is a value we really prize here. Alignment.
Okay, solid SIA example. What's next in the toolkit?
Next up, something a bit different. The Teach Me praise. This is a more sophisticated technique, really good for recognizing and validating deep expertise.
Oh, interesting. Not just saying good job, but asking them to teach you.
Exactly. It also helps foster a culture of knowledge sharing, and it shows humility from you as a leader, which can be powerful. It's especially effective, I find, for more senior or highly skilled team members who might not respond as much to basic praise.
So how does that work?
Yeah.
How do you phrase it?
You'd observe something they did that was particularly skillful or unique. Then you express genuine curiosity, and the genuineness is key here. Frame your question around wanting to learn from them. Imagine you're talking to a data analyst. Let's call her Maria. Maria, I was looking at the report you built, and wow, the way you visualize the customer churn data, I've never seen it presented quite like that before. It made the trend instantly obvious. I'm genuinely curious. Could you walk me through how you thought of doing that? What was your process for choosing that specific chart type? Teach me. I feel like the whole team could probably learn from that approach.
Impact alignment.
Oh, I love that one. It totally flips the dynamic, doesn't it? It's saying, you know something I don't, and I respect that. That feels really validating. It really does. It positions them as the expert, the teacher. That's a very high form of respect. But as you hinted, the key is authenticity.
Right. It can't feel fake.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake leaders make when they try this, but it falls flat?
The biggest pitfall is when the curiosity isn't genuine. It has to come from a real desire to understand or learn something. If it feels like a manipulation tactic or just a way to praise without really praising.
Yeah, like a trick.
Exactly. It backfires badly. But when it's authentic curiosity about their skill or process, it's incredibly powerful.
Okay, duly noted. What else is in the toolkit?
Another really potent method is the storytelling praise. Think about making a legend out of an achievement.
Making a legend. Sounds dramatic.
Well, maybe a little. But humans are absolutely wired for stories. We remember narratives far better than abstract points. So this method makes an achievement really memorable. It's great for illustrating a company value in action, making it tangible, and also for creating a kind of legend that inspires other people on the team.
Okay, so how do you structure that story?
A good story usually needs a few key elements, right? You need the situation, what was the challenge, then the action, where the employee is the hero, what did they do, then the resolution, the positive outcome, and finally the moral, what's the takeaway, how does it connect to a company value or a key lesson?
That makes sense. It reminds me, actually, early in my career, someone told a story in a team meeting. It was about this tiny detail a colleague had caught that ended up saving a huge project. I still remember it years later. And it wasn't even about me. It just shows how sticky those stories can be.
Exactly. They really stick. So here's how it might sound in a team meeting. Maybe you're talking about the value of customer obsession. Okay, team, I want to share a quick story from last week. We had a major client, Acme Corp, and they were actually about to cancel their contract because of this really frustrating bug situation. Now, Jane, over in engineering, she could have just passed the ticket along the chain, right? But instead, she stayed late on a Friday night, got on a call directly with the client's technical team, and worked with them for like 3 hours until she had not only found the root cause, but had deployed a hot fix right then and there. Action. The client was absolutely blown away by the personal attention and the speed. They not only renewed their contract, they actually sent a note to our CEO praising our support. Resolution. That, everyone, is what it looks like to take ownership and really fight for our customers. More alignment. Jane, thank you for showing us a way.
Wow. Yeah, hearing that in a team meeting, that lands. Way more than just saying Jane did a good job with Acme.
Night and day difference. It makes the value real.
Tick.
Okay, one more key method, the written word praise.
Putting it in writing.
Yes. Verbal praise is great. It's immediate, but it's also ephemeral. It disappears. Written praise creates a lasting artifact, something the employee can actually save, reread, maybe even show to others.
Yeah, I've definitely saved positive emails from bosses before. It feels good to look back on.
Exactly. It allows for more detailed, thoughtful feedback, too, since you're not put on the spot. And it creates a more formal record of excellence, which can be useful for things like performance reviews or promotions. It's great for really significant achievements or after finishing a tough project.
What kind of written forms work best?
Well, you've got options. A detailed email is great, especially if you want to CC other stakeholders to give visibility. A handwritten note, though, that can have a massive emotional impact because it shows so much personal care and effort in today's digital world.
Oh, yeah, a handwritten note stands out.
Big time. Or even a message in a public team channel, if the culture supports it and the person is comfortable with public recognition, can be good for team awareness. For example, an email after a big product launch might specifically call out, say, the engineering team for their incredible dedication to quality, citing the platform's flawless stability during launch week, specific impact, and maybe the marketing team for the amazing Phoenix Rising video and how its specific messaging drove higher click-through rates, specific impact, aligning both with team values like collaboration and resilience. Alignment.
That's a great example of using written praise strategically. Okay, so that's power praise, teach me, storytelling, written word. That's just a snapshot of the toolkit, right? Are there others we should be aware of?
Absolutely. There's definitely more nuance available depending on the situation. Just briefly, you might also consider
Okay.
potential focused praise. This is where you praise what their action shows they're capable of next. Like the way you coordinated that cross-functional meeting really shows you have a talent for project management. It points towards future growth. Nice.
Forward-looking.
Then there's effort and process praise. Sometimes the outcome isn't a clear win, but the work or the thinking was excellent. Praising the hard work, the smart process, the resilience shown, despite the outcome that fosters a growth mindset where learning from setbacks is valued.
Crucial for innovation, yeah.
Definitely. There's also quiet signal praise. Not everyone likes the spotlight. For more introverted team members, subtle private appreciation might be better. A direct SIA email, or maybe just quietly giving their ideas significant weight in a meeting without making a big public show of it.
Tailoring it to the person.
Always. And passing the credit praise. This is huge for leaders. When you receive praise, especially from higher-ups, quickly and publicly deflect that credit to the specific team member or members who actually did the heavy lifting. Builds trust like crazy.
Yes. So important.
And one more. Delayed praise. Sometimes the positive impact of an action isn't clear immediately. Going back later, maybe weeks or months, and saying, you know that process improvement you suggested back in Q1? It saved us X hours this quarter. Just wanted to say thanks again. That had a real long-term impact. That shows their contributions have lasting value and that you remember them.
Wow. Okay. That's a really comprehensive toolkit.
Yeah.
So we've got the SIA framework for what to say, and now we have these different methods for how to tailor it. But even with the perfect words, delivery matters, right? It's not just what you say, but how and when and where you say it. I mean, I've definitely received feedback that was probably well-intentioned, but the delivery was so off, it just lost all meaning.
Absolutely. You're spot on. The context and the delivery are just as critical as the content itself. Get that wrong, and even the best SIA praise can fall flat or worse, feel awkward or insincere.
So what are the key things to keep in mind for delivery?
Okay, 3 big ones. First, timing is everything. This is the immediacy principle. Praise is almost always most powerful when it's delivered as close to the desired behavior or achievement as possible.
Don't wait.
Don't wait for the annual review or even the next one-on-one if you can help it. Delivering it in or close to real time really reinforces that link between the action and the positive recognition. Makes it much more impactful.
Okay, immediacy, what's second?
Second, consider the right channel for the right person. Think about public versus private. You really need to know your team members. Some people love public recognition in a team meeting or a group chat. Others find it deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely know people like that.
So a good general rule of thumb, though not absolute, is often praise in public, give constructive feedback in private, but always tailor it. And also think about verbal versus written. A mix is usually best. A quick verbal thank you, that was great, is nice. A detailed SIA conversation in your one-on-one is much better. And maybe a follow-up email summarizing it that they can save, even better for long-term impact.
Mix it up, tailor it. Got it. And the third thing.
The third, and honestly, this probably overrides everything else, authenticity above all. You simply must be genuine.
Cannot fake it.
Cannot fake it. People have incredibly well-developed radar systems for insincerity. If you don't truly mean the praise, don't say it. Find something you can genuinely appreciate or wait until you can. Your body language, your tone of voice, your actual words, they all have to be aligned. These SIA techniques and methods, they aren't about manipulation. They're tools for structuring and communicating the genuine appreciation you hopefully already feel in a way that truly resonates and helps your people grow.
Authenticity, the foundation for everything.
Absolutely. So just to kind of recap the big picture here. Leadership, when you boil it right down, it's really the act of seeing potential in people and then helping shape that potential.
Seeing and shaping, I like that.
And that vague, generic praise we started with, good job, it fails on both counts. It fails to truly see the specific, unique contributions of the individual, and it fails to shape their future behavior with any kind of precision or clarity.
That really is the core takeaway, isn't it? Moving beyond good job isn't just about being nicer. It transforms you from being just a passive manager, maybe checking boxes, into an active coach.
Yes, an active developer of talent.
It's about recognizing that your words, the feedback you give, it's one of the most powerful tools you possess. You can use it to build a genuine culture of excellence, to foster psychological safety where people feel seen and valued, and crucially, to connect your team's day-to-day efforts to a shared, meaningful purpose.
And the real-world impact here is massive. It's not just soft stuff. We know that one of the top reasons people leave their jobs consistently is feeling unappreciated or unrecognized.
Yeah, you hear that all the time.
So your ability as a leader to give specific, impactful, aligned recognition, that is a critical attention strategy in today's world. It's a powerful, direct driver of engagement, which in turn drives productivity, innovation, and loyalty. Your team isn't just more effective, they're happier and more likely to stay.
So here's the challenge then, for everyone listening. Start today. Don't wait. Look for one specific positive action from someone on your team. Maybe something small, maybe something bigger.
Find one thing.
Take 60 seconds. That's probably all it takes to craft a simple SIA praise.
Yeah.
Just think. Specific action, positive impact, maybe an aligned quality.
Awesome.
Deliver it with sincerity. It might feel a little awkward the first time, maybe a bit formal, compared to just saying, good job.
Right.
But stick with it. Try it.
And when you do that, you won't just have made someone's day, though you probably will have done that too. You'll have taken a concrete, practical step toward building a stronger team, a more motivated team, a more successful team. You will have started to pay your people in what might be the most valuable currency any leader has to offer, the feeling of being truly seen.